How you guys doing today? And today's video, we're going to chat about some of the Galactic War Report podcasts of what they kind of talked about and mentioned about these last few days worth of posts. On top of this, I want to kind of there's a kind of a weird difference in what I want to chat about today. Well, I want to chat about that first and foremost, but I also want to chat about how good CLS is compared, the CLS trio that is, with CLS Han Chewie, and how that is compared to Padme trio with Padme, GK, and Anakin. And which ones, and those two teams, which I think are the best in terms of GAC arena in all around use in the game. So, first and foremost, let's swap screens over to the. This is on Reddit, and I'm looking at Meow Baka. He Man, if I had a good 2 hours to sit down and listen, I would. I don't do it all the time. I probably should, but this is just a skim version of it. If you guys don't want to listen to it all, I've listened to it in the past. I would definitely recommend the podcast to a lot of you guys. It's just a lot, just a chill, relaxed environment, and you just get to chat about this game, and I like it. I like it. But thank you. This is a comment by Meow Baka. He just kind of summed it up for you guys. So here we go. Let's highlight all this stuff. So here we go. Number one is the journey guide. It says reiterated what is in the road ahead. This is future for that is really needed in the game. Also mentioned 1 year as a possible marker for or of when an event would be added to the journey guide. So just think of the journey guide to be like a pillar system, kind of like a warrior's pillar system for what you got to work on as you progress through the game to make it a lot easier for these newer players. I guess if you don't want to go, type it on YouTube, this is the best thing for you, I guess. So nothing really changed here. And before we move on, this interview I think had Eric and Top Hat in it, both of them chatting with these other guys. I could be wrong there, but those are the two guys I'm pretty sure. And the next up here is the Hyperdrive Bundle. It says this will advantage players who buy it, but players who spend have always been advantaged, they say. Plus, the bundle isn't giving people meta squads, just setting people up to be able to chase those experiences. They said it will be tremendous value for newer players and even valuable for elder players. So everybody, and including myself, are very skeptical about this Hyperdrive bundle. In my little video a couple days ago, I mentioned that this could be a really good thing for the game, or it could be really bad, and I still stand to that. And I don't know how this will affect the game as a whole. If this can still prove to incorporate and want and welcome newer players to play the game, give them some more revenue, because you gotta just think about what you might get from this pack. It's gonna be a lot of stuff, right? And if it's going to be what I expect it to be, it's going to be $100 plus, at least I would say 200 plus, because of what's going to be expected in the bundle to get you to these earlier on experiences, as they say here. So I don't know how this will kind of all simmer out and how it'll work out. I'm still optimistic, like you guys know. So that's it really. We're just going to kind of wait and see what it looks like. So next up is content. I like this one a little bit. It says the team is working on tools to be able to iterate content faster. Player base can consume content faster than CG can make it. It's kind of true, right? Making a new TB is a massive undertaking with creating/balancing with new kits for enemies, reworking existing characters, creating the art/sound, etc. It's a ton of work for the team, and they mentioned that a droid stranded on a planet who thinks the war is still going on years later is one of the boss characters. Interesting, right? So I think CG they're always busy, guys. You can't tell me and look me in the eyes and say CG is lazy. As much as I would like to say that, I just can't, because look at the last 6 months of content. We've had rework after rework. We've had new factions like the Padme and even like the Geonosians being really good, right? And of course 501st, right, with John Skywalker. There's just so much happening here. I can't say they're doing a bad job as much as I would like to. I just can't, I think they're doing a somewhat decent job over there. The only issue is that they can't expect us to be happy with reskin content. It doesn't work like that, guys. As much as a TB, themed around like the Geonosis part or a Hoth, it's cool and all. But when it gets to a point that if you don't toss in something different with it all, it's going to be so bland and boring to the point where nobody wants to play it anymore. And that's where it is for me right now in the Geonosis TB. So I would love for them to, after the TB, settle down, think, brainstorm some new possible game modes, and first and foremost, get the ship raid out. You know, you got to do that. You got to get new raid out. It's been a while, but there's a lot of potential for the game still, guys. And then last but not least here is Mace. Mace, they just say he ran out of time and they didn't want to give him a touch up when he deserves more than that. Basically, they said more clone content will come with the next season 7 of the TV show, the Clone Wars TV show on Disney Plus. So yeah, February 2020, guys. Next year, February, pretty much spring of 2020 is going to be a pack, or it's going to be pack filled with content, character reworks, new characters, Mandalorian. I would expect probably the Mandalorian to be a little bit later than that. I would expect those spring to have reworks of the clones, new ships, in a ship raid, a lot of content here, guys. I don't think you guys should be disappointed at all. And that's pretty much it from the interview, guys. So that's just my my summing up of it. I'm still kind of bummed out that they couldn't, you know, space out a little bit of time for themselves to just rework Mace and give him a proper rework. They were probably busy, you know what? They're probably busy with fixing the Malik bug and fixing the no buttons bug, so they had no extra spare time to work on Mace. I can get that, but still, you're tossing in the exact scene from the movie where he kills Reek. Wait, he does kill Reek, right? Yeah, I think so. And he kills Jango Fett. But in the TB, he's not even there. And it makes complete no sense. So that's my only issue. I would love to see a rework, and we'll see it next year, I'm going to assume. That's it for this little part, guys. How about we swap over to some Galaxy of Heroes? Because I did buy the packs. I haven't bought them yet. I did buy the crystal stuff here for the anniversary bundle. Or not bundle. You just get extra crystals pretty much. I spent like $30. This is what I'm going to get here. So this is for video's sake. This is what I'm going to get with the video. It has not really a huge impact on my roster. It's just pretty much for video and for me being a YouTuber and being able to do this. I would highly recommend to you guys to not buy this pack, because this is an extreme waste if you are a veteran player and have most of these guys farmed up. But hey, if you're a newer player, I think this wouldn't be that bad of a pack. Honestly, you're pretty much getting almost a 7-star character, right? With only 5,000 crystals. So the only issue, like I just said, for veteran players, you could be easily getting a person you already have 7-star. So yeah, I just one more time before we open this thing up. I do not recommend buying this if you guys are veteran players. I would kind of recommend it if you guys are newer, though, and you had the money to spend. Or maybe you already hoard them up and you already have the crystals. So here we go. Out of this pack, I would love to get Range Trooper. I would love to get Sith Trooper. What else? I don't even know, man. Oh, L3. I would love L3, Vandor, Holdo, and Rose. I think that's about it. And maybe Chase. I don't know. But let's open this up. Let's see what it is. I don't really have hopes of me getting anything I want out of here. But hey, you never know. Let's see. What do we get? Poe. So there you guys go. I got Poe Dameron. Again, I wouldn't recommend this pack to anybody that is a veteran player like myself. I'm just doing this completely for a video and video purpose, and I can't even buy any more. It's only a one-time pack, but it's a cool cool little pack. Just toss in for anniversary, I think, at least. Maybe not that expensive, but hey, I get 4,950 extra Shard Shop currency. Don't need to worry about buying any more of these things anytime soon. So that's a plus for me. But yeah, to wrap up this video, just want to chat a little bit about CLS and Padme, right? CLS team and Padme, I think, are some of my favorite teams ever to play with. Padme really got me going on some of my stuff on my channel, and so slow Padme and all that sort of stuff. I still enjoy the team a lot. I have kind of grown away from using this versus Malik counter recently, because I find that there's a lot of different teams that can counter Malik, I guess, and believe it or not, guys, that can counter Malik, and I feel like it's a little bit better than Padme. Right now, what my little strategy is actually using Shaak Ti with Anakin and some of the clones, since I don't have my GS all the way up. So that's what I'm doing, and while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to Gear 13 my 5s, and then maybe if I get a good enough relic level, I can actually run GS versus DR. But yeah, Padme. Padme with GK and Anakin are probably some of the 3 best trios in the game, and if they ever bring back 3v3, that is going to be a pain-in-the-butt defensive team, in my opinion. One of the best. Ahsoka is an oddball here because she is really good with GS right now, But with ARC Trooper coming here soon, I can definitely see him pushing her out of the team, and still would be good. And I think Padme, honestly, guys, is a defensive-oriented team. I think she is because on offense, she does not give you max banners or close to max banners at all because she cannot regain protection. She can only give out HP. Her protection up does not count as extra protection banners when you are at the end of the screen where you get the extra points and banners. So comparing the biggest thing when you're comparing CLS to Padme is that CLS can get you close to max, if not max banners. Padme cannot. And if you're thinking about the teams that they can both counter, they can counter pretty much the exact same teams, with perhaps the only exception being Grievous. I feel like Padme is a lot better of a counter to Grievous than CLS is, because not everybody can have guard. And in this team with Padme, everybody can not get crit if they have protection up, which is pretty much a guard with not being able to get debuffed or crit at all, which is extremely powerful. So that's Padme in my opinion. I think Padme is extremely top tier of a team, but do they fare well against like a CLS in terms of how good they are? I don't know. I feel like you're getting a little bit more out of CLS personally, and especially when this guy's been in the game a lot longer. This guy and his whole entire kit is based around TM manipulation, giving out TM, removing TM, and doing some big hits with counterattacks and extra offense and defense. It's a great kit, and it would be really hard to top this with a Rebel here soon. I don't see a better Rebel leadership coming here unless we're talking about the next Luke Skywalker, right? So, yeah, CLS, Han, Chewie, that trio, so good, guys, because you can both have them with guard. They both can get crit. Chewie is always assisting, giving out more HP protection, which is great for GAC. You can get more banners. And guess what? He can counter both a GS, just like Padme can. He can counter DR. He can counter JKR. He can counter a lot of different teams. Pretty much the exact same teams like a Padme. Don't know how efficient they are versus Grievous, though. But that's where you got like your JKR team, right? So, I mean, in terms of what you're getting out of CLS comparing to Padme, it's pretty much the exact same thing, but in GAC, you're getting more banners and more versatility, I would say, because they can be a lot of different teams and give you, like I said, more banners. On top of that, the Rebels have 3PO here and R2. R2 and 3PO can still be used in the Galactic Republic team with Padme, and I think they're the entire team, guys, when you put them all together, especially now with what I'm using versus GS, is such a powerful team that I would, right now, if you guys are thinking about whether you want to invest more in a Padme or Rebels, honestly, guys, I would really consider working on your Chewie, CLS, and Han, and heck, even 3PO, maybe even before CLS, really, because, or not 3PO, R2, CLS, R2, Chewie, and Han. Those four, I think, are really something to look into when you're getting relics in Gear 13, because they are just so good, guys. That's pretty much it. I really do think that CLS right now in the game is a little bit more versatile and better than Padme in terms of what they can do and what they can accomplish, but Padme is still got a soft spot in my heart. I love the team a lot, but I just think CLS is a little bit better. That's pretty much it for my video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.